Check it out. Today we're checking out two new devices from Vivo, V25 Pro and V25. This features something that I haven't seen before on a smartphone, UV reactive color changing. Boom. It's like a tattoo. An actual capability to completely change color when exposed to UV. I'll be showcasing that in a minute. And that's part of a color option called Surfing Blue. The V25 is in Sunrise Gold, but you can actually get that surfing blue color on either of the two devices. The 25 Pro that I have here is 12 gigs RAM, 256 storage. V25 that I've got is 8 gigs RAM, 256 storage, and Sunrise Gold. 6.44 inch display on a V25. That goes up to 6.56 inches. A slight PPI advantage to the V25. This has something to do with the shape of the display and the curvature around the edges and the screen to body ratio. Essentially, you're looking at FHD plus for the both of them. MediaTek Dimensity 900 on the V25, and you have MediaTek Dimensity 1300 on the V25 Pro. Slightly bigger battery on the Pro model as well. You're looking at 4830 milliamp hours on the V25 Pro versus 4500 milliamp hours on the V25. Both are substantial batteries. This is a mid-range device, mid-range price tag, and you've also got fast charging, which is good, but it is a little bit different on both. We'll get into that as we open the box. 25 Pro, let's check out this surfing blue color. And as you can tell, it's kind of like a light and kind of metallic blue color to it. You can see the triple cam setup here. It's actually a pretty low profile camera section, not jumping out too much. Polished edge around the outside. Your power switch volume rocker is over there. SIM tray on the bottom. It is a dual SIM capable device. Single speaker unit, USB Type-C for fast charging. A very slim ridge because this does feature curvature around the edge so that the display actually reaches into the side of the device. On the front, we have a symmetrical front-facing camera in the center of the display. They've included a free case to get you up and running with some protection. A headset, a mini jack style. Included in the package is a USB to mini jack adapter because the device does not feature a headphone jack. Instead, it's utilizing the Type-C section. We've also got a Type-C cable. SIM tool, and here is the charge brick. 66 watt maximum fast charge. This also states 80 watt max, depending on the device that you're charging. So in this case, 66 watt supported for this particular phone. Now, before we get into that cool UV demo, I'm gonna quickly show you the V25 in a different color. Ooh, that's also kind of an interesting gold. It almost goes green depending on the reflection. You can see the difference in the camera layout. It's subtle, but it's there. Two camera units, little one there, flash in the same location. Design quite a bit different. Here you have that flat edge and the matte finish on the side. Still have your power switch and your volume rocker on the right-hand side. Still have that front-facing camera in the center location. Still have your SIM tray down at the bottom, dual SIM capable, Type-C single speaker unit. So the V25 actually feels a little bit lighter, maybe? Maybe not, maybe I'm wrong. It just feels different because of this flat edge. And as I hold them here, you can see how substantial that difference is. This is a design that you're probably familiar with at this point. This attempts to make the device feel as slim as possible. Whereas over here, we're talking about something a bit flatter. This is going to be a preference thing. Two different options for people depending on what they prefer. That is a very unusual color on the V25. We have our case, we have our headset with adapter, and we have our USB Type-C cable to charge it up. This power brick, 44 watt, both fast, one faster, hence the Pro designation. All right, now before we even turn these on, let's go ahead and check out this UV effect. I've got this stencil. Now this could be anything. It was called Surfing Blue, so we have a surfer here. Anything that you would put on the back of your device to obstruct UV from getting through would essentially have this effect. This same effect would take place just using regular outdoor light. But in this case, since we're indoors, we're gonna use this, and I'm gonna just go ahead and kind of expose some of the regions to this lighting. Boom. It's like a tattoo. And it's actually really effective, by the way. Like the contrast is quite surprising. So when they say color changing, they mean, I mean, not in a permanent way, but in a semi-permanent way. This is not something that I've seen before on a smartphone. But obviously, if the UV hits the thing completely, eventually this is gonna get washed off, and then you're gonna be back to your default status. But it is a pretty cool party trick. Oh, damn, all right. This one definitely has the effect, and it might even be more prevalent. So there you go. It's not just a one color situation. It will work on the sunrise gold as well. And it might even be more serious on this one. Woo! Yeah, that one really pops. Really red or like a deep orange. That's a really significant amount, even more so, even more contrast possibly. You can see that this one over here is sort of fading a little bit at the moment as the entire phone is exposed. In the land of smartphones in 2022, brands are attempting to do creative things to stand out. So here's a fun little feature. Essentially, you can just use the phone and see it change colors from time to time as you go out of the house and back into the house. It will go lighter or darker, or you can get funky with the stencils. As you can see, if I bring this back now, I can color in the extra elements. I can move around. You see the areas that weren't exposed, how quickly they change color as they are now exposed to the UV. Who doesn't have fond memories of coloring things in? Of coloring books. This is essentially what will happen to this color outdoors. And this color goes dark blue outdoors. That's the first time I've done that. I've looked at a lot of smartphones, so there you go. They definitely did something new. Beautiful. There's your difference in display. They do feel different when you're handling them because of these drastically different designs with the flat edge versus the slim one. Both vibrant. Screen refresh is set to smart switch. Adjust on the fly depending on what you're doing. You can also lock it at 60 Hertz. In the case of the Pro model, you can go up to 120 Hertz, lock it there for the ultra high refresh, or on the V25, you can lock it at 90 Hertz, I guess, which is the maximum refresh on this particular model. Let's lock it in at the high refresh for the purpose of this video. You know what 120 does for you. It gives you this really smooth and satisfying feedback. 90 is decent as well. And so you can see here, looking at the front of them, the advantage of having the more curved display is that you get this impression of actually having more display. The bezel sort of shrinks. You have a punch hole punch style cutout for that front-facing camera. Over here, instead, the bezel works its way into that front-facing camera, so it kind of creates a slightly different effect there. So let's go ahead and launch into the camera. By default, you can see 3 photo options here, 0.6, 1x, and 2x. So there we have a 1x shot. Let's move into 2, and all the way out to 0.6. Okay, so we have our camera versatility there. The main camera unit definitely has the advantage. That's the one you're gonna wanna use. So that's actually a 64 megapixel sensor. When you look at the 2X, you still have, I mean, plenty of resolution there. A little demo. So the strength here is going to be on your main camera unit. In video mode, you can see you have your stabilization, standard, ultra, or off. Ultra is gonna become like Steadicam status, but you're gonna move to 1080p 60. This is a video sample of ultra stabilization. I'll get up actually. The microphone you are listening to is on the device as well. And check those pans. Ooh, very smooth. We can see the autofocus here. All right, so here's the 4K version. This is gonna allow for some stabilization, but not the ultra mode, which is pretty typical on these smartphones, but you give up a little bit of stabilization for increased resolution. Same thing here. The microphone that you're hearing is the device itself, and I'll walk back over and pick up the ball and watch the autofocus grab it. Now, of course, you can toggle all the way over to more, where you can take full 64 megapixel images if you want to have gigantic file sizes, panoramas, live photo, switch into pro mode. There's long exposure. They have a vlog movie mode. Oh, with a dual view. Oh yeah, so front back, like that. So now I have my vlog. Check my vlog. Isn't that wonderful? It's a front back scenario, so you can get your reaction and the footage that you're shooting, and there's templates for it. You can then merge those together, but there's a variety of templates there. So I guess you can also just launch a dual view. Look at this. If I was talking about a product, like I might do, and then I have it all ready to go for social media, I could just be like, so I really like this product. I really like this smartphone. Maybe I'm a beauty guru and I'm like, hey, check out this lipstick product right here. No post-production. Of course, there's also portrait mode. You also do have a night mode. Oh, wait, am I too beautiful? Allow me to go to original. Definitely a beard hair test. Resolution, lots of resolution for a selfie. I can simulate having a large aperture. So f16, you can see Jack in the background there. As I move to f.95, he gets very blurry. Bye, Jack. See you later. Simulating the most shallow depth of field possible. You're blurred out, dude. I'm done with you. f9.5, you start to lose the edge of the face. The same thing would occur if you actually owned an f.95 lens. It's a tremendously shallow depth of field. So there you have me, ceiling, focus. But what if you want bokeh? Boom, me, ceiling, blurrier ceiling, sharper ceiling. You get the idea. You know how this stuff works. If you want to get fancy with it, you have that stuff in the software to goof around with. All right, so let's dive into a little bit of multimedia.
This is what they did with the Cybertruck. You have no side mirrors and no door handles, no nothing. Is that what I'm gonna get, Will?
It's a mono speaker. It's only one output, but it is clear and it is loud. Obviously, the display is nice looking as well. All right, so you guys know I love to check out the fast charge animations for any smartphone that arrives here. Pro model here charges up to 66 watts. Could give me 71% total battery life from 0 in around 30 minutes of charge. Here we go. Yes, real time. Flash charge increasing, and actually an indicator in the top bar there. You can see that special logo. Where is 16? There you go. The benefits of fast charging, you're well aware of them. The V25 is charging up to 44 watts. Of course, we can use the same charger in this case, but in the box, you're getting a 44 watt charger. The same flash charge indicator with the animation to let you know that you are indeed charging quickly. Two new mid-range smartphones from Vivo, the V25 and the V25 Pro, with this really cool color changing back, which is, I think it's kind of the standout feature, believe it or not. Yes, you have some fun stuff in the camera units, and you have some pretty good specs for the price. These displays up to 120 hertz refresh over here, 4830 milliamp hour battery, two different designs as well. Let me know in the comments which one you find to be more your style. Are you into the slim side panel, the slim frame with this sort of waterfall edge, or do you prefer a flat style of design like you have here on the V25? Two different flavors for two different customers. And if you do buy one of these, make sure to pick up one of these color changing colors, sunrise gold or the surfing blue. Little UV, check it out. That's a first on the channel here. It's not something I ever imagined I'd be doing. Coloring my smartphone with UV light. But here we are in 2022, and I promise you anything is possible.